Hey, it's your boy Ace X, and we are back. And we're gonna talk about something a little different because I wanted to have a little debate talk. And this video is gonna be about pro black, whatever. And I just want to talk about it because first things first, before I even show y'all these TikToks, I used to be pro black. I used to be like super duper 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 pro black. And everybody, I know y'all are probably like, why aren't you anymore? And I'm gonna get into that because I realized being pro-black, it has flaws to it, and I had to realize that. And I think some people should look at the flaws in it before you actually say you're pro-black. And I mean, I get it. I'm for my people. Like I'm never gonna be anti-black. I want to make that clear. I'm not anti-black. What I'm saying is, I understand that you could not be pro your people 100% because some of your people are wrong. And I believe black people, like, we gotta hold each other accountable as black people. Like, we don't hold people in our community accountable for their actions. And that's what I hate about our community. And that's what really helped destroy us. We don't hold the problematic people accountable. They get away scot-free. And the rest of us have to suffer because of it. So, yeah. That's why I stopped being pro-black, because I've had to deal with this shit. I mean, it's so problematic in our community right now. Like you got horrible black men. I mean, I'm talking about the worst of the worst that get everything. Like we're talking about like the scammers, the drug dealers, and murderers, the ones that go to prison. I can't tell you how many videos on social media or pictures on social media I've seen of women screenshotting being on a call with a man in jail. And especially like when I see black women do that with black men, and I'm like, that is absolutely disgusting. I'm like, that dude is despicable. He is a POS human, and you're giving him attention. You're dating him, and this stuff right here, it made me go against being pro-black because I'm like, no, if you're doing illegal stuff that's problematic to your community and destroying your own community, no. Like I will 100%. I'm completely against it. So I understand that I'm anti-wrong. I want y'all to know that I'm not anti-black. I'm anti-wrong. If a black man, like for instance P Diddy, you won't see me supporting P Diddy or Kelly. You won't see me supporting black men like that. Now what you will see me stand over there and support guys like Kyrie Irving. You'll see me support black men like that. But of course I'll support my black women too. But I'm not going to support a Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not going to support somebody who teaches degeneracy in our community. But I will support women who are feminine, who do it right, and submissive women, good submissive black women. Those are the best women. I'm all for them. But let's get to this video. Let's get to reacting, because I know y'all ready for my reaction.
Simp, panderer, don't matter. Accountability in 5. Anytime we come to a situation where we want to put black women first, niggas' immediate reaction is
No, what about me? I don't have any power.
Black man, I love you. My brother right here, I love you, bro. Stop being a bitch, bro. These bitches think they're better than me. Nigga tell me, yeah, women have money because they use government. Great! Right. As they should. If the government gonna steal their man, they should feed them. One of the criteria that he goes based on is give me a 360. Let me see if you got a fat ass or not. This is auction block shit, bruh. Man, tokens get spent, baby. Every time. Nigga, what's the nigga name? Vivek Ramaswamy? I'm not learning that. Look, nigga, if you can't say Keisha, if you can't say Shaquisha,
Right.
if you can't say Shaquita, fuck nigga, I ain't learning your name, nigga. I'm talking to men, and men are saying, well, what about women? I'm talking to men. I'm a man, we men. If W.E.B. the boys, who gonna be the girls? Given the history between men and women in general in this country, right? When a woman has a certain distaste for men and she understands the history of women and what they have had to overcome and the patriarchy and all of those things, I understand women having a healthy distaste for men. So on the other foot, I don't take offense to that because I don't like white people.
How do y'all feel about that? I mean, honestly, that was more of a joke type video. I wanted to put some more lighthearted in before I start putting actual like reactions to other people in it. Cause I mean, I kind of spilled my cup of tea on it, and I'm not pro-black either, so I'm not gonna fault anybody for that. Now, however, I don't know if y'all have seen that pro-black woman thing, and I'm pro-black woman in a way, but I'm also pro-black man in a way too. Like I said, I'm not necessarily anti-black. Now, however, I don't go extreme as these women that are saying they're pro-black women. Like, but yeah, we're gonna get into those videos.
I keep hearing pro-black woman is anti-black man. Pro-black woman is anti-black man. But how can we be anti-black man if most of y'all are our preference? We like the idea in totality of most of y'all, but it's the reality of what we have to face with y'all that is the problem. And that's why we as black women have to focus on protecting ourselves. We have to focus on being seen, heard, valued, and understood amongst our own, so that we can regroup, collect, and actually find solace and peace within ourselves and within our own community. It's not that we are excluding black men from the conversation. It's that the version of y'all that continue to exist in a way that doesn't fully shed light on the full community as in totality. So black women have to focus on women and children. Women and children. If we focus on protecting women and children in our communities, we will be better off. That's the whole idea of building a nation.
Okay, I got a decent amount to unpack with her video. So I get what she was saying to an extent. Here's my problem with that saying. Her saying the version of black men that the women are getting, no, those are the versions of black men that you're picking. Like, I think this goes to a problem with a lot of people in our community, the way the family structure is. We don't have family structure in the black community anymore. It's just black women get pregnant by a black man. That's it. It's not like, and I find it crazy, and these women are taught this at a young age. Instead of looking to be wives, they look to be baby mamas. Like, I'll see black women talk about how much they want a child, but they don't ever talk about how much they want to be married. And here's my issue with her whole saying. She's saying this is because she probably didn't pick a good black man to probably have children with. If she has children, she probably didn't pick a good one to have children with. I'm just gonna be honest. Because most black men, the average black man, you're not going to be saying stuff like this if you dated an average black man. A man that worked a 9-to-5 job, because he's not going to treat you like trash. He's going to take care of his kids, and he's going to work every day. He may not be the richest man, but like I said, when it comes to average black men, black women's standards for average black men are way up here. When it comes to average white man might be way down here, and the average black man may be way up here. They will lower their standards for another race of men, for a white man. They will. Like, black women do that all the time. They do. I'm just gonna be honest. Now I'm not saying some black women don't have to deal with black men. Like, I'm not trying to bash most black women, because most black women don't date like this woman does. I guarantee you, this woman, if you looked at her ex-boyfriends, half of them probably were in jail. I'm just gonna be real. Half of them were probably in and out of jail, probably didn't have jobs. I mean, they were just that kind of a dude who's still immature, a man child basically. And that's what a lot of these women go for. And I'm gonna be honest, they date a lot of man childs. Dudes with no jobs, that's a man child. Like, it's one thing if the man lost his job or something, but y'all dating men that are drug dealers, they doing scams, they're doing God knows what in these streets. Like, these are the type of men y'all are going for. If y'all are going for that kind of man, you can't expect that man to treat you like you're a queen. He's not gonna treat you like that. But I mean, that's because that's the kind of man he is. But that's why I always say, watch the men you pick. If all the men you're picking are acting like this, you need to do some changing to yourself. You need to change your surroundings, and you need to change how you think a man should be. Because this is just self-reflecting. The people you date is self-reflections of you. Like, make sure the people you're dating don't like. Here's what I'm trying to say: is this man probably has shown her signs that he would make a bad father / husband. He's probably showed her plenty of signs that she ignored them. Like, red flags pop up all the time in relationships, even before they get far. Before kids are born, there's red flags already there. It's just some people choose to ignore them, and when you ignore them, you can't be shocked at the outcome. I mean, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying with her. And I mean, I get it. We do need to protect our women and children. But a lot of women nowadays, y'all over here saying y'all don't need a man. Y'all don't need us to protect y'all. Remember? Y'all don't need a man. That's all I'm saying.
I'm only pro-black women only talk about how they're on their knees for their white men. Like, you're not pro-black anything. Saying shit like that, I just lost all respect for you as a black person. Like, that should just stem from white supremacy. And then how can black women come up here and say white men treat them better and all of this shit when we just saw a whole situation of a white dude offing his black girlfriend? You know what I'm saying?
And I hate to cut that video right there and have my say in it. But yeah, this man is absolutely right. I talked about it earlier, how they will lower the standards for a white man. I'm gonna be honest, when I hear black women say that white men treat black women better than black men, I look at them and I'm like, God damn. Like, you really don't know. Like, you must have never heard of history before. Like, and it kind of makes me look at myself and like, man, the American education system did a great job at keeping us stupid. It really did. And yeah, because I'm like, I see that stuff all. I hear this stuff all the time, and I'm like, just go to a white woman, ask white women which men treat them better, and almost every single time they will tell you black men treat them way better than a white man. White men beat on their women. Did you know that the white man is the most? He's the man. Most of the women beaters are white men. They're the most abusive men in the world. They're abusive to their children and their wives. And that's a fact. Like, Tim Tebow talked about that. Tim Tebow has a video, Tim Tebow talked about it. How he said the white man, there's no man more abusive than the white man. I mean, and that's just facts. There's nobody more violent, abusive, whatever, than the white man. They've done it. That's their history. That's what they do. And I mean, just hearing black women say that, and I'm like, y'all were never pro-black. If you have a mentality that black men treat y'all worse than white men, you were never pro-black to begin with. You weren't. I'm just gonna be real. You were never. But let's get back to
Or is it only individual crimes when it comes to white people? It's like y'all hate on these red pill black men so much when y'all do the same exact shit just in y'all way. Y'all come up here and talk exactly the same just in y'all fucking way. It's so insane.
I will say, yeah, red pill black men were not the best. Like, other than the guys like Kevin Samuels, obviously. Like, the ones who were doing it to actually do the right thing. Like, Kevin Samuels, when he did it, he wasn't really doing it for the purposes that they're doing now in the red pill community. Now in the red pill community, it's a complete joke. Like, when Andrew Tate came in there, it became a complete joke. I'm just going to be real. Because originally, when it started, it was really about, like, a black man explaining to black women the issues black men are having with marrying black women. Which Kevin Samuels was right. Because he was telling black women, and then all of a sudden more black women were getting married, and now more and more people are saying he was actually right. And I mean, but it's not really to get to that. But I want to go on to the other thing he said. How you notice how those black women will do the exact same thing that the red pill men did, which is exactly correct. You can get on the internet and you can see women saying that they hate all men. All men are bad. Like, when they use the term all men, like, you can't say all man. Like, all men, every single man is a bad man. That's just stupid. I mean, it's just, clearly anybody with common sense would know that that's just stupid to say that. Because no man would say all black women all black, like for instance, you know how people say black women wear wigs? No black man. You won't hear no black man saying all black women wear wigs. You don't see that. I mean, you might, I ain't gonna lie, in the red pill spaces, like with Tommy Sotomayor and all them guys, maybe. Like the ones that's over there cooning and dancing, yeah, maybe. The tokens, yeah. But as far as like just the most black men, a normal, average, everyday black men, we don't act like that. Like we're not out here bashing black women. We're not out here putting our hands on black women. We're not out here putting our hands on our children and beating the shit out of everybody. We don't do that. That's not in our culture. That's what I'm saying. Now, however, that stuff that Pookie and Ray Ray doing, they need to be locked up for that stuff. Like I'm all for them niggas getting locked up. Like you can go lock every single one of them up. I'm not against Pookie. I'm not a fan of Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookies and Ray Rays is exactly why I'm not pro-black. But at the same time, I also don't like the women that chase Pookies and Ray Rays. Those are also the reason why, like, those women are the reason why I'm not pro-black either. Like, I say it like this, yeah, Pookie and Ray Ray is bad, but if you like Pookie and Ray Ray, you're also just as bad as him. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. If you're his girlfriend, you're just as bad. You're his wife, whatever. That's just
I've seen like a few comments saying how, like, you know, if they have children and they come out to be boys, they're going to become shunned upon when they turn 18. You know what I'm saying? They're so pro-woman that they're not even really going to care for their boys anymore when they turn 18. Like, I just want to say, as future mothers, that is like one of the most craziest shit I've ever seen. And
finally addressing this last point, yes, he is actually correct. I have seen a few videos of these awful mothers telling their sons, hey, like basically essentially telling their sons they don't matter. As in, men are not going to be you're not going to be any good. They will literally tell their little sons this. Like, I'm talking about Tyler A's sons, that they won't amount up to anything. They're going to be just like their dad. They're going to be nothing. And I do have an issue with that. Because I'm like, now, what you doing, you putting evil spirits on that little man. And that dude that little boy is innocent. He didn't do anything. He was just born. He just existed. And I mean, it's kind of sad. But it's real. Like, what he's saying right here is actually real. And I think anybody who says they're pro-black and they're for this, you are not pro-black.
Pro-black woman. That's it. Nothing further.
You know, back in the day, slave owners used to literally ban black people from getting married because even they knew that we were stronger together. People like Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon used the FBI, the CIA, and the welfare system to break up black families on purpose because even they knew our unity was a threat. And nowadays, people just hop on the internet and divide us for free. No government systems or secret black ops needed. We are doing this to ourselves. And I hate that for us. I really do. But I guess since America's forefathers are already tap dancing in their graves at this video and it's 32,000 likes, happy.
That lady was 100% correct. That is actually true. Like, they do. Like, they used to have to use COINTELPRO to do stuff like this. Like, the CIA, the FBI, they used to have the government to do this. Now, and I see this quote and they were like, who needs white supremacy when you got the black woman? Which, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If you get on TikTok, I say it like this. It's far less, like, and I will say, as much as black women bash black men don't bash black women the same way. We don't. I promise you that. We don't. Because, I mean, some of these women, they just take it way too far. And I'm like, it's not even that serious. Like, it's really not.
I am pro-black woman. Pro-blackness is what is keeping a lot of black women stuck. You cannot be pro-black and date outside of your race. I am not pro-black, and here's why. Pro-blackness is an extremely flawed concept. Pro-blackness is rife with colorism and ableism and homophobia.
Okay, I gotta address the elephant in the room. The black community is not homophobic. I'm so sick of hearing this. No, we are not homophobic. We are the most accepting group in the world of the LGBT community. Black Lives Matter literally got y'all hate crime bills. Like, what are we talking about? Like everything that the LGBT had the biggest rise that they could have had because of Black Lives Matter. It literally took George Floyd, a black man, getting lynched essentially on the street in front of everybody for y'all to get y'all's benefits. So to sit here and say that black people are homophobic is ridiculous. And if we're homophobic, man, I don't know what y'all gonna have to create a whole new word for every other group, because man, they're extremists about homophobia, especially the white community. Just go look at the white community. Just go look at their community. Look at how they feel. Go ask somebody who supports Donald Trump how they feel about homosexuality. That you'll see the difference between what black people say and what they say. What they say will be homophobic. What black people say won't be. Black people may not support it, but it's not. I mean, we don't have to support that. Like, we don't have to support anything that's not black only. Like, me as a black man, I'm only supporting it if it's for black people. If it's not for black people, if it's for all groups of people, nah. All groups of people need to go do that. Whoever that applies to needs to go support that. I'm just here for the black. Like, if it ain't black, count me out.
And in pro-black spaces, this is never acknowledged. Pro-blackness is also rife with misogyny war. And I've seen conversations happening about pro-blackness recently, about how you cannot be pro-black and date outside of your race.
Of course, you can't. Yeah, you cannot be pro-black dating outside of your race. And that's according to black women. Because remember, that this goes on to y'all. Yes, y'all, just because you want to date white men, you cannot be pro-black and date white men. Because if a black man says he's pro-black and he dates a white woman, y'all are gonna be in uproar. So of course, yes, you have to be with black people to be pro-black. If you're a black woman and you're not with a black man, you're not pro-black. Just like if you're a black man and you're not with a black woman, you're not pro-black. It goes both ways. You don't get it one way or the other. And that's a fact.
You know, it's so interesting because many of the quote pro-black or conscious spaces, at least the ones that I'm aware of and that I'm connected with in the Bay Area, are incredibly feminist. Like, they are almost dominated by black feminism.
And speaking of the CIA, feminism is one of the worst things that ever happened to the black community, if not the worst. Like, black women who are feminists just are very unaware of their history. I'm just going to be honest. But I mean, like I said, history is not taught very good in school. And plus, it's taught completely wrong. They still teach us that we come off of slave ships. We did not, to all black people out there who still believe we come from the continent of Africa. No, we don't. We were already in America. The American Indians that you can read historically about, those were our ancestors. We did not come off no slave ships in Africa. Stop believing that garbage that they telling you. That's why you have an English last name. Why is your last name not African? And I hear a lot of black people say, oh, it's because we took the slave master's last name. Most black people weren't. Like, you know that not all black people were enslaved. Like, some black people were not enslaved at all. And they still have English last names. Explain that to me. And I mean, but I can go on and on about that. But feminism in the black community is complete garbage. It is. It's basically saying, fuck black men. Let's get away from black men. That's essentially what black feminism is. We hate black men. I'm just being real. Because it's definitely not pro-black.
A lot of times those who consider themselves non-binary, oftentimes women who are into crystals and witchcraft and ancestors and into poly and things like that, like they are existing in alternative lifestyles that are outside of orthodoxy. I don't know what spaces that she's in. The ones that I'm aware of or connected in, I'd certainly see there being, if it's not run by that, there's at least a certain vibrant acceptance of that for sure. And I won't say that's everywhere. There are some where there's still more of a strong male presence. I'm just saying, like, from what I've seen, I feel like it's just been honestly a mix. And my own personal experience, I can't say that I agree with that. And I wonder if she has specific examples where she could prove what she's saying is true.
She asked a good question right there to prove if that's true. And I guarantee you she can't. She can't. She probably seen a video on the internet, or she probably had a bad experience with a black man, and now she wants to blame all the rest of the black man for her issues, even though that black man probably showed her plenty of signs that he was no good, but she still liked him. That's all I'm saying.
So there's a lot of black women coming on here saying that, you know, they only pro-black women. They're not pro-black anymore and all that, right? Because they can't get behind a lot of ideologies that a lot of, you know, black leaders, you know, spewed back in the days, like MLK or whomever, right? And, you know, I don't fuck with MLK like that either, you feel me? We can agree upon that. I mean, like, that man was an ass kisser. But regardless of that, you feel me? I feel like...
Okay, let's not get disrespectful to Dr. King, man. He fought for a lot of stuff for us, and to be fair, what happened was not actually what he wanted. So let's not fully bash this man, because this isn't what he wanted. When he wanted integration, he wanted black people to be allowed to go into white spaces without being rejected. Like, for instance, if you're smart enough to go to Harvard or Yale, you can go to a school like Harvard or Yale. They can't deny you just because of where you live. That's what he wanted. He wanted us to be able to advance. He was not trying to pull us down even more. Like, he did not know that integration was going to end up being like it was. If he would have known that, he probably wouldn't have been for it. So let's not call him a sellout, because, I mean, the man lost his life fighting for civil rights. He's not no ass kisser. He's not any of that. He was a man who fought for the rights. We need to put some respect.
When you say, oh yeah, I'm only pro-black woman, I'm not pro-black anymore, it's like you throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as they say, right? Like, why you doing all that? You feel me? Like, the baby ain't do nothing, and, you know, the innocent black men that's on your side most of the time, right, are the baby. You trying to throw us out with the bathwater, like, what's the point? Like, I don't get it. Like, the government, see, this is what the government want any fucking way, to cause more division amongst us. And when you spew rhetoric that's like, oh yeah, I'm only pro-black woman, that, you know, fuels their agenda even more, you feel me? Like, so you're gonna stop supporting, you know, like, people like black barbers, black chefs and all that, you know, because of what MLK said. Like, you feel me? Like, that's what you basically saying, because being pro-black is about, you know, supporting one another, you know, and taking down anything anti-black, right? Like, we support each other's ideas, you know, creations and all that type of shit. So when you say, oh yeah, I'm only pro-black women, that means you only supporting black women. You ain't gonna put a dime in a black man's pocket. You know what that would do to the economy, you feel me? Like, do y'all hear yourselves? Like, I don't know if y'all know how economics and all that shit work. You feel me? But, like, we already don't spend enough money with each other. You see what I'm saying? Like, we already don't, I mean, like, y'all about to make that shit even worse. You feel me? Like, really, really think about what y'all saying, and don't be commenting on my video on some dumb shit. This is for intellectuals. If you're not gonna leave an intellectual comment to try to really go back and forth with me and shit, don't comment nothing at all. This is an intellectual conversation. I don't got time for no low level being to be on my shit. I really don't. I am above you. Go somewhere with that shit. I'd hate to be a young black boy growing up in this, you know, world right now, especially in America, because, like, basically in my mind, I'd be like, as soon as I turn 18, as soon as I turn 21, I'm just bad. I'm just a bad person. Because that's how y'all coming, you feel me? That's how y'all coming with this shit. Like, I feel like a lot of these women that come on here and say this shit anyway about the pro-black women only, I'm not pro-black anymore, like, a lot of them don't like men anyway. They don't like us, you feel me? Like, they don't, I mean, like, they actually hate men. They're actually misandrous, so they're using this as a cover-up to, you mean? Like, that's how I feel, but that's another conversation. But
no longer pro-black. And the reason that I'm not pro-black is because you all support pro-black, but not pro-black women.
Did she just say she's not pro-black because we support pro-black, but not pro-black women? What? Isn't pro-black supposed to be pro-black man, pro-black woman? That's what pro-black means? I'm confused. Like, I didn't know pro-black just meant pro-black men. I thought it meant pro-black men and women and children. Like, I guess we learned something new today. I mean, I guess
A lot of you support shitty human beings and men that are abusive to women and children.
Wait, so who supports that? I don't support that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't support abusive men. I think they're the scummiest of the scummiest. I think honestly, you should put them out like a dog. But as I was saying though, what about the women who abuse their husbands and their children? We don't ever talk about that. We constantly talk about men who abuse women. But you know what's actually funny? They did a study and women actually abuse men more than men abuse women. It's just when men abuse women, women calls the cops. When men get abused, they usually don't call the cops. They usually just take it, because as a man, you're just supposed to take it. Like, what would you look like as a man getting hit by your woman and then calling 911 on her? You would look like a, the B word. I don't want to say it, but I'm just saying. So, yeah, I agree with what she said on that, but at the same time, it goes both ways. Women do the same thing. You didn't call out the women that did it. You only talked about the men that did it.
So no, don't invite me to your event. And whoever felt like this does apply to them, it does. And if you feel hit by it, like a hit dog, then holler.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She seemed a little bitter on that, but we're gonna end the video off on that one. It's your boy Sex, and I am out. Peace.